Hi, welcome back to Callie's Art Tips and Tricks. This video is the second in my graphite pencil series, and I'm going to be drawing a metal picture. I don't have a printed out picture of this one, but I do have it on my iPad, so I'll be kind of referencing off this. So what I'm going to do first is get all my pencils and have an eraser and a sharpener with me. I'm going to start light and work dark, and as you can see, I kind of drew out the areas here that are going to be light. If you can see in here, these areas are blindingly light, and then you get darker here, you have a little bit of reflection in here, and down here is metal-like, and then is pretty dark up in there. So we'll start light and work our way out. So I think first, nothing is super light except for this part, but I don't really have to worry about that. I'm going to start with my HB. I'm just going to start coloring this in. I'm going to take this out because I have another drawing underneath and I don't want you to see. You'll see that one in my colored pencil videos here, so make sure you tune into that one. So I'm just kind of working my way around with this. And if I get too dark in some place and I need highlight, then I'm just going to go back on my eraser and pull the color out. So we're going in here. I'm going to rub that in with my finger. And sharpen my pencil. Now, graphite pencils are probably the most boring medium to use because it's just one color and you're just adding value. So that's why I don't really like using graphite pencils. I like using color. So I'm not too big on this. Just working my way down. It doesn't really matter what direction you go in because you can just blend it. So I'm just going to kind of go quickly here. Left-handed, I'm sorry, I can't get the camera on the other side, so I'm sorry if you can't see this. I'll try and move my hand every once in a while. So I'm just coloring this in. Blend it with my finger. The key is to make this look metallic. Right now, just using this, it doesn't look metallic at all. So you have to add different values to give it that metallic and reflective look. And I'm going to kind of blend this into the white area because on my iPad you can see that there are some areas in here that's kind of blended out. So I'm going to do that. Right here's a little bit blended in. I'm going to time lapse this part until I'm ready to move on to more darker shadowing. Alright, so now I'm going to start and get darker. I'm going to start on this side and just bring my pencil down a little bit harder. And I'm actually going to change pencils. I'm going to go to let's go to 3B. Blend this out. I can always go back and erase it if I'm getting too far into here with my blending. And also, instead of graphite pencils, you can also use charcoal. Charcoal is black. Like this, the darkest you can get is kind of like a really dark gray, but charcoal gets black. So that's also a good idea. I like charcoal better than graphite just because you can get cooler values in there. I'll actually show you one of my graphite drawings. Excuse me, charcoal drawings. It's not finished yet, but I can show you the process. You can see the difference. So this is a charcoal drawing I'm working on. Don't mind, it's kind of ugly because it's not finished yet, and I still got a lot of work to do on it. But you can see how dark I got the charcoal, especially in the wine bottle here, compared to that's probably some of the darkest I can get with graphite. So that's just an example of charcoal. I'm not going to be doing a tutorial on charcoal, but it's basically the same principle. But with charcoal, a lot of times you want to go dark and then pull out values with your eraser more instead of darkening the values. Alright, so I got my handle done, and now I'm going to go back and work on this area up here. So it's going to be pretty dark. So I'm going to start adding that in. I'm watching out for the rim right now, because that's going to be something different. So I'm just making sure I have that outline so I can go back in later and render that. Alright, so now I'm going to start making this really dark. I'm pressing down as hard as I can go because it's pitch black right in this area. And that's really as dark as it's going to get. So I'm just going to clean this up. And then I'm going to take this and blend this into here. And then I'm going to keep going. So time lapse again. And just watch as what I'm doing. Because basically know that I'm going to add in all my values and then use the eraser and take it out. So here what I'm doing is I'm putting in the reflection of the handle that's on the base, on the picture right here. So I'm gonna draw the reflection of that. So yeah, back on time lapse. Alright, so I finished up this picture, and the last thing I'm going to do is erase around the edges and get rid of all my pencil marks. I'm officially done with this graphite pencil drawing, so here it is. Thanks for watching, and check out my next series on colored pencils.